the Minecraft Foreverworld. A concept that, while isn't new, is a sight to behold. A world of epic builds, storytelling, and actual world history. But in order to achieve this monumental task of building up such a world, it takes dedication, days, months, and even years. My name is Dan, a crazy fool who decided to jump in on this concept with no cheats and a random seed chosen by fate. Join me on this journey as I build up my Foreverworld, one block at a time. The Foreverworld continues. Are you the least bit surprised? Today is going to be quite the episode, I can tell you that much. We have returned from our Savannah expedition, which surprisingly put us 5,000 blocks away from home, if you're willing to believe such things. I was there, so I believe it. As a result, in our possession, we have the Dark Oak, the Pale Oak, the Acacia Sapling, cherry sapling, cherry tree, cherry wood, and a few surprises I've picked up on the way back. See, I've got a little turned around out there in the wilderness. I had every intention on retracing my steps, being the strapping trailblazer that I am, but it was easier said than done, and I got off course slightly. And would you believe me if I told you that there was jungle wood not too far from where we left off? Heck, a fully realized jungle with bamboo and everything? Well, it doesn't matter if you believe me or not, because that's exactly what happened, and bam, jungle wood times 2, and bam, bamboo. Can you believe that? There was even much closer savanna than the one we ended up at, which should help sell the point that I have no clue what the seed has to share with us. It would have saved us a ton of time, however, definitely would not have put us 5,000 blocks away, but alas. So I guess as far as things I'd like to have access to, that leaves us with the mangrove wood and the cactus. It would be a bit dumb going on another expedition like back-to-back episodes, so we'll probably have to put a pin in that and get back to that at a later date. Maybe head north next time. I'm kind of curious what's out this way. As soon as I increase the blocks that I have at my disposal, the sooner the really cool stuff can begin. And that's the goal at the moment, and we shall get there. Surely we shall. Honestly, that area by the Shired Savannah is really inspiring. I might need to go build something major out there someday. But for now, we must focus on the present, and the present makes demands of us here at the Bountiful Mountain. There's a few things I want to do today. One of them is obviously adding in my acacia wood details right here. This dirt will be removed, and it shall be great. But unfortunately, we need to let these saplings grow first before I can even tackle such a thing. And the part of me that says work smart is suggesting that I finally tackle the animal pens that I suggested way back in, what was it, episode 3? Episode 3, I believe. I'm doing some planning for Central City in the back of my mind here. I'm always working. It may not always seem like it, but I'm always working on something. Initially said the animal pens would be over here somewhere. I'm actually moving them closer to here instead, kind of away from this area. I've got a lot of thinking to do. I don't want it like a cattle pen, just kind of screwing up everything. Is that another dog that I see right there? Oh my god. I think he's far enough away that he's not going to be an issue for us, but I don't need 3 dogs. I only need maybe 1 dog. 3 dogs is too much. Anyway, let's put these acacia saplings in the ground and get to work on prepping the land and getting my sheep finally in position, and the cows, and I can be breeding them up while I'm working on the house and managing my time effectively. And it'll be a great time. So, drop a like on it, and it's onwards to victory. that right there is mission accomplished. So you'll probably notice that I made the cow pen a little bit bigger than the sheep pen, and that's mostly because they have a bigger sacrifice to make, let's just say that. It's mainly the leather I want, which I need to make books for the up-and-coming enchanting setup. Most of you guys already know this, but it's mostly that reason why it's handy to have a bunch of cows on hand, because for some reason, leather is a really hard drop to get, and I would argue that it's almost as important as iron, all things considered. The sheep here are mostly here just for their wool, for like decor and that kind of things, and I'm going to be swimming in beef from all the byproduct, I guess you can say, from trying to get leather. So there's really no point in ending their existence, let's just say. Mutton is kind of useless, honestly. There's also a famous sheep in here too, if you guys didn't know. It's this black guy right here. He has been in my intros, my current intros anyway, pretty much since the beginning, and for some reason he lucked out and the wolves didn't get him. There's a ton of wolves out here, and yeah, I mean they've been slowly picking away at my sheep herd for weeks, so it's surprising that he survived. I actually put him in a hole initially, if you guys saw the time lapse. I found him down there and I was like, hey, wait a minute, it's that black sheep from the intro, so guess who's going into the museum? I'm gonna have like those weirdest trinkets in that museum, you have no idea. Obviously, this place isn't meant to be like mega industrial food supply or anything like that. In fact, I'm probably going to retire it once I moved into Central City and that way somewhere. I got ideas for something much larger in the future, let's just say. So I think for the future, at some point, this will just mostly be left here as storytelling for the Bountiful Mountain Farm, or whatever we're going to call this place. I've also decided to move up some sugarcane here to help expedite the book creation, and I'm honestly surprised I didn't think of that sooner. These animal pens are far from complete though. You'll notice that I have left out the pigs and the chickens, and that is mostly because they don't really offer me any direct benefits. So we're gonna put a pin in that and come back to it at a later date. I will be adding them in. I'm not quite sure where specifically just yet. I get the feeling I'm going to be stretching along this coastline here quite into the distance. I might even add in a spot up here at the top for the pumpkin and the melon, because I totally forgot about them. Maybe like right up in here, bust down this wall and keep going up, or maybe up on this level, bust down this wall and keep going up. Honestly, I don't think so, because this mountain here is just... I guess it's not really a mountain, but to clear that out... I don't know, unless I'm going to have a staircase going up. I don't know. We also need to put in beetroot still, kind of. I mean, beetroot is one of the most useless vegetables in the game. I mean, it's a good source for red dye, but that's all it is. It's just red dye. I mean, you got poppies all over the place that you can just turn into red dye. It's like, yeah, I don't know. What's the point of beetroot? What is the point of beetroot? Anyway, it appears that my acacia wood has finally grown in. I kind of like the look of having trees up here to a certain extent, but I don't want to fill this area in too much with trees. And these trees are all going to disappear anyway, because they're going to go into this. And there's a lot I want to do with this still, so we still have time in this episode. We might be able to get all of it done. There's only one way to find out, I'm afraid. I do hope that this looks just as amazing as in real life as it does in my head. Otherwise, we just went 5,000 blocks for nothing, and I do not want to be disappointed. But I have trust in my vision, and we'll just see how things play out. Let's just say, yeah, haha. living inside my house. How dare you? What am I even talking about? Pig. Pig. Help me. Help me, pig. Impart your knowledge upon me, swine of great fortune. Why have you forsaken me? And there we have it. I gotta say, the acacia wood was the right call to make. This is pretty much exactly what I saw in my head at the time, and it looks amazing. I have since added in a few things into the design, and the rain is here to ruin my video once again. Why does it always rain in this world? Anyway, I added in this trestle trellis thingy over here to kind of help balance out the design a little bit. I felt like it was a little bit lopsided having this like stretching, reaching hand out this way, and this side needed something to kind of help, you know, kind of help the silhouette match. It just looked right at the time, okay? I don't know. I don't need to explain it too much, but eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some lanterns, maybe like right here, and maybe right here, or right here in the middle here, or right here, when I have a surplus of iron. We are not quite at that stage just yet, unfortunately. Might even add in a couple hay bales and some barrels and stuff to kind of dress this area up a little bit so it doesn't look quite as plain. But yeah, I think in terms of what the shell looks like, this is kind of what I'm shooting for. The interior design, or the interior flow of the place, is still very questionable. That's kind of what these oak trees are for. I'm working on some stuff on the inside, let's just say. And yeah, as soon as I can just sort some sand for glass, like that's pretty much all I really wanted to do on the outside. I might add in a couple flower boxes and some tinier details here and there, but that's going to have to wait to a later date. I still want to build a proper home for our horse here, Pimento, who's in this pit getting rained on for pretty much hours already. You know, like a stable or something like that. I gotta figure out where to put that. I want to make some dog houses for my two woofers, and I still need to sort out a name for them. I have a couple of ideas. They're down here also getting rained on. They kind of deserve it, honestly. They're the sheepinators, as I've kind of called them in the back of my head. But the other thing I want to make too is a blacksmithing area, kind of a place for me to work out of, kind of more official than, let's say, the kitchen, because initially I said I was going to put a crafting table in there and blah blah blah. Yeah, I might still do that, but we need like an anvil place, and we need like a furnace, and I want to have like, you know, dripstone lava thingy-majiggers, so gotta figure out that sort of area. Still, that's all on the back burner, because most importantly what I need right now is storage space. I am completely out of sorts as far as a place to keep my crap. So what I want to do, let me back this up a bit. This house here, it was initially designed kind of after I'm British, after like farmhouses you'd see in Nebraska or something like that. I don't know, you know, the places where the tornado comes and takes you to Oz, that kind of thing. And that's kind of what this is represented here. Oh, my tree's made a giant. That'll give me pretty much all the oak wood I will ever need for the rest of my life. Anyway, in those houses, if you recall The Wizard of Oz, was that 1940, 1939, something? I don't know. Judy Garland, classic movie. They had a house with like the little flappy diagonal barn door basement thingies. I want to make one of those, but unfortunately Minecraft does not have diagonal floppy barn doors. So I think a simple little staircase going down, maybe right over here, will be the entrance to a basement. And this basement will be the storage place for pretty much all of our farm goods, and any overflow. I mean, right now it's going to be, you know, my place that I'm going to be putting stone and all kinds of stuff, dirt, whatever, nonsense. And that's where we're going to keep it. Because this is going to be my house for a bit. So yeah. I'm going to get to starting. I'm going to get to work on that. It's hot outside, guys. My brain is busted. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make my mouth go weird places, but it does. Anyway, we're putting in a staircase going down, okay? Is that okay with you? Can I do that? Am I allowed? I think I'm allowed to do that. So, yeah, I think 3 wide is good. So we'll start right here. Do I have a shovel? I do not have a shovel. I need to get a shovel. Bring for me a shovel, good sir or madam. Where can I find such a nice tool to put into the ground? And bring for me the dirt. I've also increased the size of my farms. The carrot one's a little bit silly. Yeah, I might do some editing on that, but everything's under construction here. Nothing is permanent, as I've said before. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. But that's what makes Minecraft fun, I would say. I don't have any shovels left. I must have broken them all. Shovel has been brought to me in my inventory. Very good times. Alright, let's dig the staircase, and then I'm going to be digging out the basement. It's a good time. Quit making noise. Shut your mouth and get out of here. Go. Get out of here. That's the wrong way, boy. That's the wrong way. Oh my god, these freaking wolves, dude. Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm almost half tempted to leave this giant oak tree just here. Because actually kind of having this giant oak kind of fills out this area pretty well. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't really intending on having like much in the way of trees up here. I think I've said this before, but I might make the exception of that giant oak. I mean, the other thing too is I could make a custom tree, but I'm not great at those. I can learn, but I'm not great at those. But I kind of like the idea of just having just like one lone giant tree up here, just all by itself. I think when I cut down these trees, I'll see about that. But this tree might be staying here. I think this tree might be staying here. We'll see. Okay, so we've dug in the basement area, or the way down to the basement area. This will be eventually staircase leading down from like here to here. Basement will be right here. Oh, look at that. Iron already. Good times. So I'm going to go ahead and dig this out. And yeah, I'll get back to you guys here in a minute or two. Yeah, I'd say this is a pretty adequate sized storage room. Obviously it needs a lot more work and a lot more polish. It's not even functional yet, but we'll get to that. That is the next part of this journey. The thing that I want to do now is try to figure out a way of having indoor access to this space so I don't have to go outside and get shot at by weirdos. So I was thinking initially maybe right here would work, but I want to be sure that I don't conflict with these hallways right here, because they're kind of an important feature to the house that kind of keep the flow going. So if I was to put in a temporary floor like right here, let's just say, would I be able to put a staircase perhaps right here leading up? I mean, that is very narrow. Let's see, that would be right there. So that's a stair. This could be a flat piece. That's a stair. Flat piece. Zombie growling in my ear, of course, as always, as is tradition. So stair, flat, stair, flat, stair. That would be too big. I have to put it like right here. I mean, that's fine, right? We can have this designed so it won't look as weird right now as it does currently. And then we'll have flat and stair. So it'll be like dot, 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 dot. Yeah, and it kind of matches with the staircase going up. Oh my gosh, it's kind of dark in here. Maybe not really. Maybe it's the shader pack that's making it appear such. Oh, zombie's coming to say hi. Hello, zombie. Will you be my first housewarming guest? Oh, I know what you're gonna do. I'm not gonna let you. Get out of here, dude. Alright, that takes care of that. I really gotta sleep. Last thing I need is a creeper to come frickin' bombarding me. Ooh. Lots of grumbles. Lots of burning. Oh, creeper too. Oh, we don't want that. We do not want the creeper. Creeper can stay away from us. That would be great. I do not want any of whatever they've got to share with me. This one's going to be a problem. I'm going to have to get rid of this one. Can I do so without jeopardizing the entire mission? Okay, he sees me. Good, good. Follow me, Mr. Creepy. This way, if you please. We will do battle. You and me, mano a mano, out in the dueling fields. This way, if you please. Come on. Come on. Alright, we're kind of away from the important stuff. Have you come to fight me? Yes, you have. I have come prepared this time. Oh. Come on, buddy. Come on, come get me. Come and get me. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what that feels like. You like it? You like it? You want more? Have some more. Have some more. One more time. There we go. Creeper dispatched. And the day was saved. Yeah, so anyway, what I need to do now is decorate the interior of this place and make it look very, very cool. So I'm going to get on to that, and yeah, I'll get back to you guys in a bit, perhaps. No, I will, actually. we're not done yet. So, when I was going through like the design phases in the back of my head, like imagining what would be down here, what would this space look like, I did not really think wine cellar. And that's kind of what this vibe is giving me at the moment, is wine cellar. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, mind you, but it is a vibe, and it does kind of go with the whole like farmhouse aesthetic. We also have enough room over here to increase the size of our storage, but I think what we have here so far is a good enough start. Yes. This staircase I had to redo a little bit. Unfortunately, I couldn't really work out a way of doing my usual like flat piece into stairs. Like, I don't like doing this like stair stuff here, but if I was to do that, I'd have to bump out this wall right here, and that kind of leads right out into the entranceway. So it'd be like right up over to here, and I didn't really feel like a good idea to me at the time, so we're not going to do that. Now, initially, when I was building the house, I was using oak slabs for the floor to kind of increase the economy of my oak planks, because oak trees take a while to grow, and they only go so far. So I was like, yeah, okay, that's a good idea. The unfortunate thing is it kind of messes with the ceiling here inside the basement. So this side is the old way, and this side is the finished product. I don't like having this birch kind of poking out like that, so this will change. By the next episode, this will be completely different. But we need to do one thing still before we can actually call this place a home, and that is we need to put a bed in here, so I got the perfect sheep in mind for such a task. Nope, back away, buddy. Back away. Back up. You no pass. None shall pass. You, right here. Special sheep. Give me all your wool. Well, it gave me exactly enough. Stay. And now we put down the bed. And this is our bedroom. It's a little bit drab. From here, it's quite simple. What I really need to do is go on a resource vendor. We got a great start here, but I gotta be honest, it doesn't look too appealing. And I know most of you agree with me on that, but no longer. Next episode is gonna be adding in the spice, pathways, trellises, interior details, all of that fun stuff. We'll see how far I can get, but I want this place to look as amazing as I can with the tools and the blocks that I have currently available. Admittedly, it's not really a lot that I can pick from, but I am confident that I can make it work with what I have. Basically, expect a lot of time-lapsing and montaging. If that's your jam, subscribe and leave a like, and check back with me in a week or two. Yeah, you know, I think this roof is too low. I got to move this up for sure. The rain is here. The rain is here once again. Always with the rain. My goodness. We might even be able to get started on the workshop and the stables and all that other fun stuff as well. The dog houses. Can't forget the dog houses. Hopefully we'll have time for all that. I would love to have this place functional enough that I can actually work out of it. I really need to give the mining camp some attention pretty soon. Its time is coming, and it will be glorious. But we need to go to the Nether first for that to even be an option on the radar. We're still kind of a ways away from that. I'm still wearing nothing but iron. Still an iron. What the heck? So, yeah, diamonds would be a good thing to go for. We're going to be doing a lot of digging probably next episode, so time-lapse mining. Fun times ahead. And it will be glorious. I will catch you guys later. This is Dan, signing out once again from the Foreverworld. I'll see you guys very soon, and have a good one. Stay cool out there, guys. It's freaking hot. Drink your water. Stay cool. Stay in the shade. Stay out of the sun. Don't get sunstroke. Don't do that. It's not a fun time. Stay indoors. I'll catch you guys later.